How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video, the March 2025 supervision. Let's go with these pieces of boss fight, and we are already seeing the first boss. It is the very powerful Phoenix, which is not currently buffed but will come in the future. And let's see what nodes it has every 10 seconds. Defender has an indefinite +5 Fury upgrade. Defender's incineration effects have 40% power. Whenever the attacker leaves the attack range, the defender has a power gathering buff when they enter the attack range. If they are close to the defender for 4 attacker seconds, suffers rooting. And if the defender is under the effects of 3 or more buffs, or has an undefeatable passive effect until the buffs expire or cancel. So, friends, here you have to bring a character that nullifies all the improvements of this Phoenix. In this case, I have taken Accuser because on top of it, it adds Incineration. And let's remember that it is quite good for us. So it is also very important to keep in mind that we have the rooting underneath life. There you are seeing how it becomes indestructible because it has more than 3 improvements. And be very careful about staying close to our friend Phoenix because it may be rooting us, so be very careful. The important thing here is to take away all the advantages that it has the character, any mystical character that takes away the improvements of this character. Don't let them act. I think it may be working pretty well. In this case, we are not taking any away from him at the moment. We're not doing him so much damage and care that he's shit on us. Super attack 3. And we're messing it up a lot. Let's see. Come on. Be careful that it's not on top of it. It doesn't take root. And the super attack hits us. We started well. Phoenix is quite chungita always when we have a character that cancels the improvements. Be careful, eh? With this character, it's not going to do us a lot of damage. Okay? Perfect. He hasn't done us that much damage, and now we're going to remove it to see if we can remove enough of it. The smart one is still with the perfect theme. Let's see if now he's ready again. Please remove them. Remove them ready. Now he does look at the piece of damage we do by incineration. That's why I'm already telling you that Kusala. It seems to me the best date to give him there. We are going to see if you please come in, and we have already finished with the first boss. Let's go for the next one. Well, friends, we have reached the second boss. We're talking Cable. Let's see what nodes it has every 5 seconds. The defender has an indefinite 10% efficiency improvement when attacker reaches a power bar. The defender has a power harvest improvement that grants him a power bar in 4 seconds. When the defender reaches 2 power bars or has an indefinite efficiency improvement every 2 seconds that increases super attack damage by 25% if this defender has 10. Efficiency improvements: when you activate a super attack, it becomes unlockable. When the attacker has a power bar, he suffers super attack blocks for 2 seconds. So in this case, we have to bring a character that removes the efficiencies. In this case, since I have chosen Iron Man in Fame, let us remember that it is going to literally remove those efficiencies from the character, and in this way, we are going to be able to do it. Look, it's like, for example, well, in this case, we haven't taken it away. I don't know why, but I should have taken it away to see. Come on. That's perfect. We continue. Let's remember that we have a super attack block. When we reach a power bar ready, it already has 4. We are going to throw the super attack ready right now. Strong blow, super attack 2, and we are going to remove all the power. And in this case, I don't know why it's not working to take away your efficiencies, but you should be taking them away, huh? But hey, you are still seeing that Cable is not such a good character in defense. He is more for attack on top with his synergy of Apocalypse is a beast. But you have already seen that beating Menning Fame has been quite simple. Let's go to the next boss of Friends. Well, friends, we reached the third boss. In this case, we have Beast. We have to face him. Let's see what new ones they bring. Blocked attacks cause the defender to gain 750% power. This blocked attack inflicts option damage. The amount of power is doubled. The highlight now is at over 30% of its max power, featuring a passive energizing effect. At 75% maximum power, it transforms into a power mode. After stopping the attacker, they receive a power gathering upgrade for 25% power bar. Every time the defender is stunned, it instantly eliminates it with an illusion charge, so be cautious and avoid stops. When you activate this super attack, the defender gains an illusion boost, giving a 25% chance to evade incoming attacks and a 7-second learning improvement boost. Whenever the attacker's power reaches 0, about 240% of the defender's attack force as direct damage, so we must be forcing the opponent to throw super attacks, and we throw him so that in this way, he does not do us terrible damage. So I am accusing her in this case to be able to remove, so to speak, those. Look, I've seen how we've made the stop, and that burden of passive illusion has been put on. I have accused her because the truth is that she is a character who can benefit us a lot by throwing super attacks to leave those tilt boxes. Although the gameplay is not going to go so well for us, there we are. These two little loads are put on us, so be very careful about making some type of stop or something like that to see if we can hold out and continue sticking. We have power rate. Let's remember that we can't reach 75% of the third power bar, because if it can't be doing us 240% damage and we can be seeing the stars, literally there we are. We are going to throw super attack because in this case I would have blocked more blows. We would have received a few blows from him and we could have seen the stars. We continued, we could have died, we literally continued. We are going to throw super attack 1 that we are basically going to give him incineration. I wanted to give him more initiations, but it has not been possible. We're gonna be, if we throw away the relic in this case, then we make that unstoppable and that illusion pass quickly as you just saw, and we continue throwing. In this case, since I cannot develop the Kusalita, I believe that Kusala is not so good to give to this beast because in the end we cannot remove all the disadvantages and put so many disadvantages, although in this case we have been lucky and they have put 3 disadvantages. Be very careful. We have to remember going through that unstoppable and that illusion in a simple, quick way you cannot stop. Let's remember, and the truth is that Bestia is looking like a fairly simple boss as you just saw. So let's go to the next boss. Well, friends, we reached the 4th boss. In this case we have Warlock here. Let's see what doesn't bring them. And whenever either character gets a power bar, the defender gets a robustness upgrade that increases armor by 15%. After a stop made by attacker's success, he receives a stack upgrade, a power that grants a 5-second power bar. Whenever the attacker activates a stack upgrade, power is removed and replaced with a power drain handicap that drains 50% of maximum power. Whenever the defender takes an impact while under a robuster image effect indicates burns can be an attacker by 5%, and the defender is a demolition disadvantage in this case. For me, the best way to give this Watlock is Vox. Let us remember that he is immune to burning powers, draining powers, and stealing powers. Therefore, I consider that it is the best to give it, and you will already be seeing it on the screen, because in this case, we can easily make stops, as you are seeing. We are not afraid that this drain will take away our powers, that is, our powers will be burned. The robustness gives us a little bit, just as we already know that Warlock himself is being activated every time he goes through the super attacks, and we would simply have to practice the gameplay that Box has to win the corrupt improvements. Throw super attack 2 in this case and leave the pain disadvantages, and I would be careful with the super attacks 1 and 2 of Guard, which in this case I recommend that you always go and pull to force her to pull, that she pull the super attack 2 and take those degeneration disadvantages again, and it would be like that. In reality, it is as simple as you really finish. So that's how we are going to get the new bosses. Well, friends, we arrive at the new character for this March 2025. We have the very powerful Jean Grey in front of us. Let's see what nodes the character brings us. That every time the attacker blocks an attack, he obtains a Fury improvement of +2, Indefinite Fury. Each charge more and more 10. Every time we ride backwards, the improvement is cancelled out for us. Okay, while the attacker suffers a delirious effect, run full speed of an entire acclaim implication upgrade for 2 seconds, but dodge negates any relentless upgrades he has. The defender blocks an attack to the purified defender is the attacker's disadvantage. Defender purify is the attacker's disadvantage. Whenever any defender's super attack hits fail to make contact with the attacker, the defender has 1 + 2% of their maximum power each time an upgrade is negated or expired on the attacker. So let's see and test how Warlock is going to behave against this Jean Grey. Well, the truth is, I haven't seen anything of the character or anything like that, but you are already seeing that with the stops, they generate a series of fury in us. You are already seeing that they score a series of super attacks with 1-1 and 1-2. Be careful because they make us delirious every time we pass a power bar, or that seems smart. Wow, he has done us a lot. Does it damage 20 strong blow very well? It also leaves us with disadvantages of Neuroshove. That reminds me, a lot of Onslaught ready strong blow is not that difficult, or it seems to me. I think Gingri is more attacker than defender, but we are already seeing how it behaves. Let's see if that super attack gives us 220. Okay, discouragement, ready, super attack 2 is the easiest to dodge, so it's just backing off. I recommend that you force Jean Grey to throw it away. Okay, be careful because from time to time they give us those delusions. Okay, I suppose it will be typical of the character. Be careful that we have taken away his power there. I didn't want to because in the end, as I told you, Jean Grey's super attack 2 is the easiest to avoid. And on top of that, we can support ourselves with the Furies to do that terrible damage. So Jean Grey makes it quite easy. You can tell that he is an attacker. Come on, now we do go for the last character who is Bastion. Friends, now we're with Bastion, our newest character since March 2025. Let's examine its difficulty. The notes show that with a strengthening effect, Bastion gains a non-cumulative power accumulation improvement, boosting power by plus 1% per second indefinitely. When Suphrenal Demolition affects the defender, it grants 3% maximum power. When the attacker gets a techno-mechanical infection, Trans-Mode Organic Suit means a disadvantage for super attack blocking. Whenever the defender finishes a super attack, unless this timer is up, the attack has 10 seconds to knock down the defender with a strong attack or receives a burst of direct damage. I don't like that at all. If the defender takes the impact on the strong attack, an 8-second timer starts and the attacker starts charging a strong attack. In that time, it suffers a passive effect of faltering. Every time the attacker blocks an attack, his block plus this is reduced by 6%. With a 10 charge is unblockable. So let's see how we perform with Delder's damage, and let's see how we do against this Bastion. There we are. We hit hard as always to put on that splintered armor and prevent those advantages from being given to us. Also be careful with the red icon that you are seeing under the life of Thanos Daedalus, because if it reaches 10, it will basically become an unlockable Bastion, but we are already seeing that. With Thanos Daedalus, it is not easier than anything else. You have already seen nothing super simple Bastion, so, well, nothing friends. If you liked today's video, that's where you are, and see you in other videos. Bye bye.